putting on the show. Yeah.
Oh, hold it, girl. Take off that fancy wear. Just let your thoughts let it in. Come on, girl. Let's get down. Baby, let's do it to that funky, funky sound.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your
All right. Oh, my voice is still not there yet. Oh, sorry. I'm like Peter Brady right now. It's time to change. Still cracking a little bit. I got over the worst of my cold, but it's left me with, fucking puberty voice. You have COVID brain? Well, who doesn't? Probably all do, ultimately. Anyways, welcome to the Plump. Never immerse yourself or rinse yourself in water or other liquids. Just in general. I still have to keep my laughing to a minimum, or it's going to trigger a hacking fit. But otherwise, I'm feeling okay. Tonight, it's all about Cabbage Patch Kids, specifically. Stuff pertaining to just the craze, right? We're going to touch on the great Cabbage Patch riots of 1983. Actually, 1983 is just going to be a theme tonight. It was like no coincidence that like the videos that I was finding on this and other subjects were all from 1983 for some reason. I was not trying to do that, but whatever. So we're going to go into that. The year without a Corvette. Well, it was 83. I mean, did you really want one? Anyways, let's switch over here. So I've got a bunch of like new segments from that time period from around the country. I've also got one video. It's only about 6.5 minutes long. But I can only describe it as like the anti-heavy metal parking lot. Where it's like the parents of those kids in the parking lot are now having their own shitty parking lot party. So we're going to go ahead and let me switch the screens over here. Yeah, no shit.
Hey, here, we're not. Oh, she's got a jogging suit. Do you have a jog? Oh, can I have that? I'll give you a Anybody have a jog suit?
So this is just like raw footage. It's not like a news segment. This is the anti-heavy metal parking lot video.
I did, but I'm keeping because I waited for him. Oh, go ahead, huh? Let me see you first. I want the new job. Red hair. The patch five. I like the one. Oh, that's that one. Wait, Sylvia.
11:30, and we weren't allowed to pick.
Look at this broad here. Wait. Look at this broad. Look at that mug. Holy shit. Look at those eyebrows. It's like Ming the Merciless with like a blonde couple wig on or something.
30.
That if her name ain't Barb or Joyce, then I'm just gonna end it all.
Last night and came back 4 times. 5 o'clock this morning I was here. I was number 120. I came in from New York. We were here 11:30 and 300.
We've been out here since midnight last night. And the manager told us that we will be handed a doll. We will not be able to pick what we wanted, and everybody should be happy. Now, the first ones that were in, which were here, they had to take what they got. I got a boy, I wanted a girl. Now, all the other ones are allowed to pick what they wanted.
I have a boy and I can't.
And he just won't pay any attention to us.
He's telling us to take time
There's
out.
8 hours with our children.
8 hours, people. This is how hard it was.
Standing out here, 8 hours.
8 hours with little
kids that we spent to get these dolls.
And not that we got it on a sale
and now
price
they're
either.
not happy. And they're not happy.
We
The
should
kids
have
aren't.
we should have our choice to pick what we want. We're paying regular price, and I feel that we should have our
Yeah. I want blood.
pick.
And they let us to believe if you did get a boy doll that you did not want, that they would give you a girl. And they did.
They would not.
They would not.
We were left to pick. I'm very happy.
Bullshit!
My name is
saying you
Eileen
shouldn't have to be under
Takanita.
now.
Oh, Eileen. Oh, yeah, that's definitely an Eileen. Wait, let me go back a few seconds. That one lady said something.
That they would give you a girl. And they did.
They would not.
They won't.
Yeah, we were left to pick. I'm very happy with what I got.
The one lady in the background. I'm happy with what I got.
My name is
Saying you
Eileen
shouldn't have to be under
Takanita.
now.
Toconita.
Tell me how long you've been waiting out here?
Since 7 o'clock this morning.
6:30.
30. Could I have your name?
Margaret Gerby.
Spell your last name?
Yeah, those doubled as like MIG welding glass goggles.
GERBE.
Could you show us your doll?
I don't know. My daughter saw them on TV and she fell in love with them.
This doll, could you hold it? Each doll has a birth certificate.
Birth certificate, and they send birthday cards to them for their first
Ugh.
birthdays.
Everyone had
And-
cataracts in '83.
Probably a little ridiculous, but it's the only thing my daughter asked for. She's 9 years old, so mommy breaks her neck. Just trying to get one present.
So, from what I understand, I'm going to give a very quick and dirty. There was a guy, I already don't remember his name. He was only like 21, 22 years old. And he basically stole the design idea for Cabbage Patch Kids from some old lady in Germany. Because the reason why they have those fucked up faces is the way the dolls are sewn when they put them together. He stole the idea, brought it over to the States. Dude was a freaking multi-millionaire by the time he was like, early 20s. And despite having stolen the idea, didn't give the lady any credit. Despite having stolen the idea, he then went on later to sue Topps baseball cards for Garbage Pail Kids.
Happy little girl. She's very happy with her. Got no choice. Now we're getting a choice.
How long? Could we have this on tape? How long were you out here today?
Since 2:30 this morning.
In line?
$230 for that horse shit.
Cabbage Patch doll.
What makes these dolls so popular?
I think because they're just so different. Everybody wants them. It's
Oh, yeah. They had to change Garbage. If you notice, like the later years of Garbage Pail Kids, they had to change the likeness. And they had to change the font. Because like the later Garbage Pail Kids series look a little different because they had to change it just enough to not get in trouble.
we've been out here freezing. It was like, going for coffee and waiting and waiting and waiting for them to open the store.
And what number?
And I believe it was Coleco, the Coleco Corporation that owned Cabbage Patch, owned the name.
58.
Initially. I don't know who owns it now.
Since
Probably like Mattel or whatever. I don't know.
2:30. It was like, the line. We just watched the line get bigger and bigger. I feel sorry
Oh, I loved Garbage Pail Kids, man. I had that. That was like one of the few actual cards that I collected.
for the people that didn't get them, but I'm glad I got mine.
Please don't do that.
Oh, okay.
No. Can I have your last name?
Yeah, Nancy Potts.
Spell your last
Potts. Okay.
Oh, she should. I wish it would have been a more exotic spelling. Potts. Potz.
Did you get that for your little boy?
Yeah, Mattel's kind of like the big toy company name that kind of owns everything now. Oh, Galoob's what my girlfriend cleans off her fucking face when I'm done with her. Fuck yeah. Tony Galoob, the actor. Woo, rock and roll. See, if this was heavy metal parking lot, these kids would all be screaming, fucking Priest, woo! They're all just a bunch of angry parents. Kitty. Is that like a knockoff Toys R Us? Kitty City. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Look at that line. Damn. And what? Is this kid on a bike? How'd he get up? This looks like it's like 1 in the afternoon.
No, all the numbers are gone, right? Right. Okay, and you're still out here waiting. Why?
Because I have a feeling they're going to open up this mysterious door, and all of a sudden they're going to be hundreds of dollars in the back, and I'm going to get one. Well,
I think he's going to be okay. I think this guy's not going to have any problem finding the correct doll for his daughter. Yeah, I can't speak for the other folks, but I think he's going to be all right.
Here, I was here last week, and they said if you get here about 8:45, you would probably get a doll. And it didn't work out that way because I got here at about 8:45, and I was about 600th in line. So I'm just hoping on for a little bit.
I don't think that matters. Judging by the demographics of that line out front, I think this guy's going to be all right.
Maybe I'll get one. Maybe I won't. But I'll pay anybody $100 for one. That's right. That's right.
Really want the doll.
I want it bad. I have a little girl that wants one really bad.
Okay, good luck.
I hope so.
Can I have your name?
I'm Don Anderson.
Excuse me. Good morning.
Good morning.
What are we guessing her name is? Phyllis, Joyce, Barbara, Judy. I suspect they didn't stock as many of the black dolls, but I don't even think that matters here.
$300. Okay.
Betty. We got a Betty. Two Bettys. We got a Drange. We got a Helen. Joan. Joan's a good one, yeah. That's definitely, she could be a Joan. Okay, let's see what happens.
You're still here. Why?
Well, they say that they're all gone, but I think I'm going to take a chance and wait.
Come on.
I just got here. I'm going to see if I can get one, fine. If I can, well, I just wasted my time.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Can I have your name?
Joan Stott.
Joe, yes. We got Joan.
Spell your last name.
S-T-O-T-T.
Yep, you won the pool. All right, so that's that video. I wish that I could watch that for like at least 20 more minutes. Christmas shopping, 1983, and my left ear is enjoying this immensely.
Military toys like this radio-operated tank are still very popular this holiday season, along with this toy Pershing missile and, of course, the G.I. Joe.
A Pershing missile? Wait a minute.
Popular this holiday season, along with this toy.
Is that a fucking missile? I want that shit. Are you getting it on both ears? Yeah, I'm only hearing it on my left ear.
A Pershing missile and, of course, the G.I. Joe line.
We got a canteen and a fork Imagine buying a toy fork.
But one downtown toy salesman has noticed a change ever since the bombing in Beirut last month.
We noticed
Yeah. It's
that there's a slackening off of it.
the kids love American imperialism.
I personally noticed some children that their parents bring them in and show them a set and say, gee, do you want this military? No, I want something else. And these are the kids, probably in the 12-year age bracket.
Another downtown toy store says this military train isn't doing so well, but probably because the trains you usually see under a Christmas tree are much prettier.
This is like some Red Dawn shit.
At this toy store, the Barbie and Ken Dream Dates are still very popular with the little girls, and judging by the way the Dream Date Ken doll looks, tall, dark, and handsome, is still...
Tall, dark. Okay, let's... intro toy. Oh, we got toy safety, camouflage fatigues. Okay.
tickling a young girl's fancy. Another set
Tickling a young girl's fancy. Oh, Ram Man.
dolls that's doing a monstrous business is the Masters of the Universe line taken from the television cartoon. The kids pit the heroic warriors, Tila, He-Man, and Ram Man,
Ram Man.
against the evil warriors, Beastman, Skeletor, and Faker.
Faker?
And this is another set of toys doing extremely well at this
I think Faker was like, could disguise himself, hence the term Faker.
Scranton toy store. The toys that you see in this corral here, the cars and the tractors, range in price
Boy, like, oh, Ray's going to back over him. Hit him.
anywhere from
Get him.
$20
Oh,
to $100.
Get 'em.
But it seems that the Santa Clauses who are shopping
Power bottom. That's Ram Man's nemesis, is power bottom.
in this toy store are not paying much attention to the price tags this year. Kathy Bellich, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
This is the Sky Talker walkie-talkie.
According to a consumer advocacy group, this is one of the best toys you can buy your child for Christmas.
I had one of those. They're pretty cool.
The reason? It's one of the safest. Then there's the infamous Cabbage Patch doll, which consumer agencies
shit.
say is also safe for children, even if buying one seems hazardous to adults. According to
Yeah, we're going to... This scene's going to pop up a few times tonight of this guy with the baseball bat screaming at the crowd.
one seems hazardous to adults. According to consumer groups, many toys on the market are safe, but some...
Because apparently that particular store in Scranton, or wherever it was, they only gave him like $240 for stock. And there was like... It's like, really? $240? Like, did you just wanted a riot to start.
are outright dangerous.
What can happen is these bikes can fall back, hit a kid in the face, or if it's something like the Garfield toy, the kid will want to.
Aren't these the same kind of people who are talking about this same generation who was like, oh, you know, these kids today are soft. Everything's safe and plastic these days.
Press on the back of the toy, and the toy can then
What the fuck is this?
flip back like that. These are extremely
Actually, that's good for the spine. If they could fall back in Garfield, get a good rear back stretch there. That's pretty good.
unstable.
Have you considered the safety of any toys? Is that a...
Definitely.
A lot of adults say safety is important to them, and that's why they're shopping around for sanctioned toys like this Lights Alive set, which has no sharp edges or small pieces for children to
Pussy light bright.
swallow. But to some people, product safety just isn't all that
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Don't traumatize a kid more. Let's hit him with a hard flash.
important. For them, dealing with Santa is tough enough. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Dixon City.
U.S. military actions in Grenada and Lebanon, an increase in the popularity of G.I. Joe. Just a couple of reasons why Christmas shoppers are searching far and wide for a different kind of present.
Imagine being inspired to join the military because of Grenada.
A few years ago, it was designer jeans, but this is fast becoming the look in the U.S. Move over, Cabbage Patch dolls, because camouflage fatigues are in also this Christmas.
I do remember this era, man, like the Army surplus stores. That was like the place to be.
Size 8? Do you have a size 8?
No, I just gave the last one away.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
The military look is especially popular with kids.
Size 8?
Carol Carney of Scranton is trying to find fatigues for her 7-year-old son. Do you think it might have something to do with the invasions of Grenada?
Definitely. I think so. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do you think your son watches?
You bought the throwing stars? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's where you could buy the throwing stars. I remember we used to make those in Metal Shop with the sheet metal cutter. And if you ever went in the metal shop at my high school, like if you looked up at the ceiling, there was like thousands of like just metal shards stuck in the fucking drop ceiling.
That sort of stuff.
Oh, he loves it. He really gets involved with it. Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's been 10 years since the Vietnam War divided America. Back then, many people didn't want their children to play Army. But now apparently things are changing, and the Army-Navy stores
Hey, Red.
in the area say they can't keep enough small-size fatigues in stock.
Oh, that's the most difficult part. It's almost impossible. I mean, I've been contacting resources all across the country, and wherever I contact, they tell me the same thing. They have about 80 orders for this kind of merchandise, and it's all small sizes.
Yeah, she had a lot of hair there.
It might have something to do with Mr. T wearing them all the time on television. I think, normal little boys just like to play Army, dress up.
Whatever the reason, this and other Army-Navy surplus stores are very busy selling military clothes.
Yes, the Army-Navy surplus. Go to the place where they have child's Army uniforms.
Store owners say that's quite different compared to the last 10 years. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
The pinball machine gift business is scoring big this holiday season. Here at the Automatic Cigarette Machine Company in Plains Township, refurbished pinball machines and jukeboxes are sold to the public every year around Christmas.
It's been fantastic.
Women with hair like that rode a horse and has kids and played piano.
Yeah, we're doing...
Yeah, Fetlas, man.
Triple we did last year.
It surprises Fred Wilkie that people are spending from $150 to $700 for pinball machines and...
I think Fetla's was one of the places that got busted for straw purchases for firearms. If you don't know, straw purchases are when like they send in two people to buy a gun, and one person's got a felony background, so they can't sell the gun to them. But then the other person doesn't, and so the other person's like, "Oh, well, I'll just buy the gun." Yeah, they got a bunch of undercover footage on that shit.
Jukeboxes as Christmas gifts.
Fred Wilkie tells me possibly one of the big reasons for the popularity of these big games this Christmas is that they're really an investment.
They had a Muhammad Ali pinball game.
That if you buy one and say you're kids and you get tired of it after a couple of years, you can usually turn around and sell it again to someone else pretty quickly and get most of your money back.
And that also holds true for these jukeboxes, which go for about $500.
Just my luck, I'll get copyrighted for that.
The Kwiatkowski family in Larksville has a big gift for their rec room this Christmas. It's a jukebox Gene Kwiatkowski
and a cigarette machine
calls an investment.
Oh, it's definitely different. I mean, not too many people are going to get a jukebox this Christmas, but we did get it. We couldn't even resist keeping it until Christmas either. We gave it to them early because we were very excited about it ourselves.
The excitement last year came from this pinball machine. You see, the Kwiatkowski family is used to getting gifts that are too big for under the tree. Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, Larksville.
What was the best Christmas present you ever got? Toys, candy, a clock, radio, gloves, tattoo, jewelry, cologne? Wait a minute. Who ever heard of a tattoo for Christmas?
Well,
yeah, that's nothing now.
They give everything else for Christmas, Tattoo is a great personal gift.
Janet Ray Nealand is a tattooist in Muncie who used to be a surgical technician.
Muncie? Must be Muncie, Pennsylvania.
She now tattoos people as a part-time business in her home. This year, she's advertising tattoos as the gift that lasts a lifetime.
Well, they do last forever when you can get divorced if your marriage isn't pleasing, but you're going to live with this for a long, long time. It's very difficult to remove it, if not impossible.
21-year-old Donald Smith of Montgomery is getting this tattoo for Christmas from his buddy. He thinks it's the perfect gift. Smith of Montgomery.
That fucking reaction.
It's very difficult to remove it, if not impossible.
21-year-old Donald Smith of Montgomery is getting this tattoo for Christmas from his buddy. He thinks it's the perfect gift.
Well, my husband for a long time.
Ones I usually get, I don't have very long.
There's more to this than meets the eye. Some of the money Janet Ray makes from Christmas tattoos goes to buy presents for folks in a local nursing home.
Well, you're making a statement, a personal statement, sometimes to the world, sometimes to just maybe your mate, but you are making a personal statement.
See, it's the 80s. She's got to refer to her lady as her mate.
For those of you who might be just a bit apprehensive about getting a permanent tattoo, you can always get a temporary one like this one for the holiday season, or just to see what your real tattoo will look like. Craig Stevens, Newswatch 16, Muncie. That
artwork in the back is cool. Oh, it's a Mad World poster.
No, this isn't a mad rush to buy Cabbage Patch dolls. These people aren't out to please their kids, just help some kids
They're there to disappoint them.
they don't even know. The Marine Reserve Unit in Wilkes-Barre and its Ladies Auxiliary are looking through this store in Wilkes-Barre Township for toys for tots. They're spending $1,200 collected outside the store last weekend. It's all part of a nationwide service by Marine Reserve units to help children who might otherwise have no toy under the tree Christmas morning.
I'm a toy maker. I work all day making toys.
Oh, God.
Each and every year, the toy
Is that a speak? What is that?
maker is charging more for his
see and
toys,
say.
so the auxiliary has to put a limit
Remember when you could be in the news and have have hair like that?
on the prices of the gifts it gets.
I'm trying to hold it down within the $5 bracket, which kind of rough. But as you can see, some items we go over, some items we go under.
The $5 range means most of the toys are the old-fashioned variety. Toy cars, dolls, small playsets.
A lot of kids like the Smurfs, and kids like to help Mommy, so we got some food sets so they can play around in the kitchen with Mommy, and some dolls.
The toys will eventually be distributed by the Salvation Army to
What is this shit?
needy children. That's why Marine Reservist Bill Hans appreciates what this shopping spree means.
These kids will like this stuff. Whatever doesn't make them gay, right?
Years ago, my mother used to get toys from down at Salvation Army.
And what does that mean to you?
Well, it meant quite a bit. Because there were new toys there.
At checkout, each item must be written down because all of this
with growing hair
is tax-free. The Marine Reserve
I'm real good at doing that now, growing hair out of the sides of my head.
Service watches their $1,200 goes quickly. But then again, who can put a price tag
In fact, I've always been a natural at that.
on the smile of a child when he sees a toy Christmas morning? Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Wilkes-Barre Township.
'Twas the day after Christmas, and all through the stores,
God, everything's so beige.
people are returning gifts that are bores.
The top was small and the bottom was large.
But you liked it otherwise?
I liked it otherwise, yes. They're for my daughter, and she was disappointed Christmas Eve.
That's a head of hair. Look at that thing. Look at that SOS pad.
But you liked it otherwise?
Fucking Mildred there.
Yes, they're for my daughter, and she was disappointed Christmas Eve.
Well, I really wanted to go to Florida, but maybe next year. The stockings had been hung by the chimney with
Oh, this lady belongs in Florida. Are you kidding me? Look at that getup. She's just supposed to be in Florida.
to go to Florida, but maybe next year. The stockings had been hung by the chimney with care, but the gifts inside, you wouldn't dare
You think I'd look good in this? Fuck yeah.
wear.
Most of the men came in the day before Christmas and they bought all the things and, real fast, so they'll probably end up returning most of those things because they don't know the size or anything.
The store clerks are hiding behind desks marked return, and customers are lining up, giving looks that are stern. And I heard one man exclaim,
"Hey, it's a cutlass,"
as he drove down the street. Next year, I'll tell my wife, keep the receipt.
Hey, she's not bad. She's a plump babe. I'm digging that coat.
Dorothy Lucy, Newswatch 16, Wilkes-Barre
It's Dorothy Lucy, potential plump babe.
Township.
All right, that's the end of that shit.
These are the Cabbage Patch dolls. They are, according to toy store manager,
All right, back to the chaos.
the toy this Christmas and are next to impossible to buy. Newswatch 16 spent part of the day trying to find a few dolls just to photograph.
We finally found these, which are for display purposes only. Stores like Boscov's in downtown Wilkes-Barre are getting up to 100 phone calls.
Hello, Dorothy. So, you like stuff? You into stuff? You hang out in this parking lot a lot?
A day just asking for.
Look at this fucker's head of hair. Holy shit.
Cabbage Patch dolls.
Okay, the only thing we suggest is just keep calling back and trying every so often.
It's like Ray Romano, Dan Castellaneta love baby.
Okay.
Toy Department Manager Henry Zilkowski says the demand is far exceeding the supply.
They last minutes on the shelf. There's no shelf life to them at all. They jump right off the shelf. People are tickled to death when they get them, and they don't even care about the price. They'll just take them. As long as they can get them, they'll take them, no matter what the price is.
Mary Lago of Wilkes-Barre is one of the many frustrated shoppers unable to find the dolls after searching.
So it's pronounced Wilkes-Barre? I always thought it was. Why did I thought it was pronounced Wilkes-Barre?
Several stores.
Or maybe that's maybe that's another city.
They're out of them.
And how many stores have you tried?
3 stores at the mall.
Fucking snooze, you lose, broad.
And
What is this, a phone? It's a toy phone.
I came here today.
What do you think the attraction is?
The kids they're homemade. They're handmade.
Yeah,
That's it. That's what they say.
Well, maybe the original ones were.
After talking with a number of toy department managers and finding
And again, like, where is he? Is this his fucking lounge? What is this? Is this a living room?
out that there's only going to be a few more of these Cabbage Patch dolls actually shipped into our area between now and Christmas, chances are that the closest thing any of us are going to see to the actual doll is if we take one and cut it out of one of the newspaper ads. Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, Wilkes-Barre.
$25? How much were they normally? $25 was, that was a lot for 83.
Barry.
They were fighting for the ones they loved today. At department stores in northeastern Pennsylvania, it was parent against parent fighting each other to get those very popular and very hard to get dolls. Yes, I speak of the Cabbage.
I think Pennsylvania is a good cross-section of America with regards to holiday shopping. I think it's a good example because it's mid-Atlantic, right? It's not quite Midwest. It's not quite East Coast.
Patch Kids, the manager of a department store.
Yeah, look at that earpiece. Holy shit. I didn't even notice that.
In South Williamsport, Lycoming County, says the line outside his store started at 1:30 this morning, and when the doors opened, a stampede of about 500 people burst into the store. In Wilkes-Barre, it was described as mass hysteria at a department store when they got their new shipment in. Newswatch 16's Jacqueline
Okay, maybe this is it.
Carr was there braving the mob.
There it is.
This was the scene in Zare department store in Wilkes-Barre Sunday morning as hundreds.
Holy shit, Zare. There we go. 1983 right there. That's fucking Zare department store. Oh, God, that looks like Zare. Everything was orange. That's something a lot of movies now, when they try to do 80s shit and they're in a department store, they always miss that. Everything was fucking orange back then.
People crowded up to a counter, all for one little thing. All of those people are pushing and shoving to get one of these. They're Cabbage Patch dolls, and I talked to some people to find out why they'd want to go through all this just to get a doll.
We've been out in line about 5 hours, and my mother wants a doll.
You just see a bat hit her across the head.
For the grandchildren. I have 2 boys.
Get the fuck out!
But everybody tells me they're going to be collector's items.
How long have you been standing in line?
Since 4 o'clock this morning. It was worth it. I got one.
Why?
Why? Because I have a granddaughter that's heart and soul, Melissa France, and she is just patiently waiting for her birthday.
I had to cut a bitch.
With all the commotion, Wilkes-Barre City Police were standing by to keep the crowd.
Oh, they sent the old guys in to control the broads.
under control. But even so, one woman was injured when there was a fight over a doll. The woman was treated and released from Wilkes-Barre's General Hospital. With only 240 dolls and close to 600 people, not everyone walked out of the store with a new little toy called a Cabbage Patch doll under their arm.
I'm waiting since 7 o'clock out there, and they just pushed in like cattle. It was ungodly. I'm very
It's ungodly. Actually, it's more like ungodly, very nasally sounding.
disappointed now my daughter won't have one for Christmas.
People I talked with that didn't get dolls say if they find them on sale somewhere else, they'll stand in line all over again to try to get one. Jacqueline Carr, News Watch 16 in Wilkes-Barre.
Boo, boo. The response to the workshop was predictable. The House of Fabrics in Royal Oak was...
You just can't leave a pair of scissors sitting like that out in the open. You kidding me, lady? You get fucking shanked.
The response to the workshop was predictable. The House of Fabrics in Royal Oak was jammed this morning with people waiting to buy material to make their own Cabbage Patch-like dolls. And this reportedly is the only store around that has the materials, all listed for sale.
Oh, God, you know. Yeah. You know that there was the fucking kid who got the fucking homemade Cabbage Patch doll, and they were like, ugh. You know, and their parents were like, oh, take it over to your friend's house. You know, and their friends were like, what is this fucking bootleg Cabbage Patch shit? This shit ain't real. Get the fuck out of my house.
Above the counter.
You're not my friend anymore.
Bonnie Sawyers, a doll maker and sewing instructor, conducted today's workshop and says the dolls are not expensive if you make your own.
Okay, those are some bullshit-looking ass Cabbage Patch dolls. Are you fucking kidding me?
But could be a little difficult for the beginning sewer. She says the basic instructions are all right here in the Tiny Tots doll-making book.
It's something that takes a little time, a lot of patience, but it's a lot of fun and well worth the effort. It costs about...
No, that's some bullshit right there.
$20 per doll for your
No, that looks like a shrunken head doll.
first doll. After that, you can make one for about $10. I spend 12 to 15 hours per doll, depending on the hairstyle and the features.
Now, Detroit area citizens who missed today's workshop...
Oh, shit, look at them creepy fucking things. You kidding me? Look at that. Look at these clown dolls. It's a fucking nightmare.
Need not despair. If the Cabbage Patch craze continues, the House of Fabrics has generously agreed to host 6-week courses starting in January to teach others this doll-making technique. The price, $24 plus materials, and this little fella tells me that's quite a bargain. From Detroit, this is Buzz Luttrell reporting for ABC News.
Yeah, those kids are like, oh, thanks, Grandma. And they're like, shit.
The FBI has handled strange cases before, but this...
Oh, we got the fake, counterfeit ring Cabbage Patch. Here we go.
Is a strange one. A counterfeit Cabbage Patch doll ring.
Individual that we arrested in New Jersey claimed that he had already sold 30,000 of these counterfeit dolls.
This is one of the counterfeit Cabbage Patch dolls, which were allegedly
Those don't look so bad.
selling for $12.
I mean, the hair is awful.
This is the real thing, which is selling for $8 or $10 more if you can find one. Can you find any differences between the two? Well, the real doll has dimples. The fake does not. The real one has a navel. The fake does not. The real one has thumbs. The fake does not. And on the neck of the real one is a trademark, which is difficult to show on camera, but it is there. The FBI agents moved in on this novelty store on Broadway and seized perhaps 1,000 counterfeit Cabbage Patch dolls, carrying them out by the case. And inside they arrested Mr. Bendar Wu.
Look at this guy. What the fuck you doing out here, hey? There's nothing going on. Quit looking over here. What's the fucking cameras out here for?
Who is charged with allegedly selling the dolls to an undercover investigator. Charge them with...
There's a crowd forming out there.
Violation of the federal copyright statute, which carries a maximum penalty of a $30,000 fine.
You know, the sad thing about Chibsons is some of them are not, as far as just guitars go, some of them are not bad. Some of them are god-awful. Most of them are god-awful, though.
1 year in jail.
Josh Howell for ABC News, New York.
KRZ-FM, the time has come. I have to give up Steffi. Much as I care for her, I'm going to give her to a good home right now. Call me toll free, 1-800-222-0985.
In the 80s, if you were a DJ, you had to have a mustache.
Dial carefully, and I'm going to pick a winner at random.
After that announcement and only a few hours of promotion, this Wilkes-Barre radio station was literally flooded with phone calls. Everyone trying to be that random caller to win a Cabbage Patch Kid, Steffi Ricky. The winner came early. It was a man from Wilkes-Barre. The call was recorded for playback over the air, and this is how it went.
Great. Who's this?
This is Mike Dreyer.
Hi, Mike.
Well, my problem with, like, I don't know, I worked on a couple, and the problem usually with them is, like, the fretwork is usually god-awful. But, yeah, that's the sad thing, though. Some of them are actually pretty good guitars. Like, whoever built them, if they just put their own fucking name on it, they could probably make a better, you know, at least they'd be more respectable.
Mike, and what are you going to do with the doll?
I'm going to give it to the Big Brother and Big Sister program from Luzerne County.
That's right, Mike Dreyer won this most valuable doll, and now he's giving it away to Big Brothers and Big Sisters, even though Mike has a daughter of his own.
I wanted to win it for a good cause for Christmas time and to be able to give it away.
Now Jane Feeney has the
And my ungrateful shithead daughter doesn't deserve one.
pleasure of making Christmas a little bit brighter for a little brother or little sister.
Maybe just to put all the names of the little brothers and sisters in a hat and pull one.
For that child, it'll be a Cabbage Patch Christmas. As one person put it, there is a Santa Claus after all. Mark Davis, Newswatch 16,
Oh, that's just so heartwarming.
Wilkes-Barre.
Man, that's a stylish leather trench coat she's got on there. She looks like she's, like, ready to rob something, like a rob a museum. Yeah, like she's going to steal the Hope Diamond. I want to see the reaction of those kids when they get those bullshit fake-ass Cabbage Patch. I just want to see that, like, barely contained disappointment in their face.
Give me a big smile now. That's it. Look at it. Whee! Okay.
No, it's not your typical baby.
That ain't a real... Look at that thing. Oh, God, it's an abomination.
Picture, but it may be the next logical step for Cabbage Patch doll lovers. Make a portrait of or with your new loved one. Greenville photographer Tom Guest ran an ad offering to take pictures of the dolls. His studio was filled with people willing to pay a little for what they call a lot of memories.
My sons think I'm crazy, but that's what I want to do.
Well, they're right. Look at that doll. Look at it. Looks like Willem Dafoe.
So, little family picture.
No, that doll looks like Jack Palance.
Now, Peyton Benham has been wanting to do this all week. But what do you do with the picture?
I guess I'm going to hang the picture in my room so I can remember them.
I can go down in history as being the person that photographed more Cabbage Patch babies than anybody else now. Hopefully we'll be able to continue this for...
Wow, imagine starting a business just taking pictures of fucking Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah, that's definitely got some... that's definitely a long-term business plan. Yeah, this guy's got ulterior motives.
As long as they make Cabbage Patch babies.
So with the flash of the camera...
He's like Cabbage Patch babies.
A few dollars and 2 weeks for processing, you can be the envy of your Cabbage Patch friends. Dale Weiss for ABC News, Greenville, South Carolina.
That's how you say babies in South Carolina. You say babies. Oh, here we go again. Bat guy. Yes, fight. Blood. I want to know. I know he's saying "listen to me," but what does he say the first time when he's shaking the bat? Because all I can understand is "Bah, bah." Move back. I hear move back. Move back. Okay. It's like, I don't know if they're not threatened by the bat or if they're so hungry for Cabbage Patch dolls that they're willing to risk getting hit with an aluminum bat. Before Andrew Taint, these were the brave men fighting the unchecked powers of female hysteria. Yeah, these are the true red pillars right here. Dude, you need like an old style megaphone. Like the go in orderly. See, I would have started smashing that fucking whatever that sunglass display was right there. Or no, it's keychains. Yeah. That thing I would have had to smash that to get my point across.
Labor connections.
Oh God, this is like an hour-long video. Wait, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Okay. What is this?
They are Babyland's smallest babies, and they happen...
Oh, this is the Cabbage Patch nursery. Like, there was a nursery you'd go to, and there was like... It was like a fake Cabbage Patch where they would pull the fucking Cabbage Patch babies out of the thing like they were being born. What the fuck? Are they going to show it? Yeah, right here. Look at this horse shit. This is fucked up. It's weird. It's just weird. Look at that. If they're birthing it from the fucking fake lettuce or cabbage.
The scope. Pardon?
Yeah, they're being birthed from the cabbage snatch. Look at this, the stethoscope, because, you know. Now, what would be funny is if they shot out of there like a, you know, like a, what was it, like a compressed air cannon, like a t-shirt cannon? Just boom. Oh, my video's locking up. Oh, no, it's not.
Cotton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
see, they need to really get the experience, man. There needs to be like, yeah, afterbirth and the placenta.
Bring this out. It's not prepped, but
it needs to just start fucking just spraying out.
Okay, Dr. Norris. No, I'll bring it out. And do we have a swab?
Yeah, I don't know. That was one of the rejects.
Okay. Can I have a stick swab?
Gotta massage the lettuce.
Okay, and we'll need these scissors.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what'd you cut there? Was that the cord?
It's a little boy.
Ugh. Yeah, what is that? Oh my God.
Would you like to help name him?
Yeah. All the little girls, they have their Cabbage Patch. They all get little postpartum depression to go along with their Cabbage Patch baby.
Okay, now.
I mean, I thought the Build-A-Bear was fucking weird.
Let's take him away, weigh him. Do you want to make the announcement? Film, audio, video hog.
Well, you already are, but okay.
By the way, this kid's hair, like, I just want to punch him with that fucking hair.
Film, audio, video hog.
Well, you already are, but okay. A baby boy. His name is Travis Lee. He weighs 3 pounds, 2
I
ounces.
mean, could you imagine, like, somebody actually paid money to, like, I don't know if they rented out a building to do this. Like, they had to build this shit. Like, money was spent.
It is 21 inches long.
Yeah, I probably had that hair too, but it just, just makes it, their heads just so punchable.
Mother Cabbage is in excellent condition, and Travis is now in recovery. Please help honor the latest members of the Babyland family, and thank you for visiting.
I mean, could you imagine like this guy over here is like, what am I doing now? I don't even know what's going on. Like, he's just ready to go into a blind rage.
Okay, are you speaking of the original?
I think every kid, before they get, I think back then, every kid, before, when they expressed interest in Cabbage Patch Kids, they should have watched the 70s Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And then they could make that decision.
Original Cabbage Patch Kids. You can order them directly from us. Their adoption fees are $125. The baby can go out the same day it is ordered. We prefer shipping for your convenience and time by means of MasterCard, Visa, or American Express.
That fucking dog with the human face, that shit, I just thought, that shit just fucking freaks me out. When I saw that as a kid, that gave me nightmares.
Which one do you like the best? That's Pennsylvania. Okay, I do not have that information right here. Just a moment, I will need to switch you. Cecilia Carroll. Hi. Hi. Welcome to Babyland. Have you visited before? And have you met the babies before? You have? Good. And have any of you met the babies?
This fucking guy, he's like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on right now. This is some fucking queer bullshit. I don't even know what's going on. Helen, what have you dragged me to? I'm going to go outside. I don't know.
Visited here, but they have, this couple has what we have. We too have.
Well, I'd like to welcome you to Babyland General. You're in the home of the little people and the Cabbage Patch Kids, and it is one of the few places in the United
This is still being used as sex education in Kentucky high school classes today. It is.
States where art comes to life and dreams come true. We started here in 1978, but this building was actually a medical.
He's like, I have a question. Who done fucked a cabbage?
Center from 1919 until 1959. During those years, many of our doctors, nurses, and townspeople were born here. Now, in the special care unit, we have some babies from our earlier editions, and I'd like to introduce you first to Dexter with the Mickey Mouse cap. Dexter was home delivered by Xavier in 1977, and as soon as he gained enough strength, they began traveling to many art shows. Together,
gained enough strength?
They were awarded their first place ribbon.
Daddy blows a wad in the cabbage.
In the 11th Annual Osceola Arts Festival. They travel from there to win many more, and Dexter has retired here to help find homes for many, many more.
This guy, I got another question. Is this just like gay shit, or like what are we doing here?
Babies. Now behind the glass are the preemie or premature babies. They are Babyland's smallest babies, and they happen because of...
Is this what homosexual children do? I mean, I'm not want to impose, but I'm truly new to this. Yeah.
An early frost on the Cabbage Patch. Our staff hopes to prevent the frost, making this edition limited. You can now follow me and observe the lifestyles of the babies.
He sounds like
We'll go to these.
Dude, he sounds exactly like... Did you hear him? He sounds... He sounds exactly like I just... Yeah. It's like, hey, burp.
We'll go to these.
Your name is?
Karen Gershman.
Spell your last name, please.
Gershman.
And you are?
The Manager of Consumer Affairs for Coleco.
And Coleco
Oh, the Manager of Consumer Affairs for Coleco.
Manufacturers.
Coleco makes these Cabbage Patch Kids. They're the...
Coleco was like... Weren't they like a leather company? That's how they started out as? Like, Coleco is a combination of two words. And, like, the two biggest things they had in the 80s was the Cabbage Patch Dolls and the ColecoVision. I'd have to say the ColecoVision was a tad bit cooler, in my opinion.
First one-of-a-kind, lifelike, adoptable dolls.
Yeah, the ColecoVision was the shit.
Available to the mass market at an affordable price.
We had one growing up. Buddy got one for Christmas or his birthday, I don't remember. And then later on, we got the attachment that you could plug into the front that allowed you to play Atari games, which was insane. And Atari tried to sue ColecoVision, and the courts ruled, and like, because video games were still early at that time and they were still considered a fad, and Atari didn't have the right patents in place, so they lost the lawsuit, pretty much.
How much are they?
Under $25.
Now, how did you start making them?
Actually, they're based on the designer originals by artist Xavier Roberts in Cleveland, Georgia. And the original dolls, which are still available, are between $125 up to thousands of dollars. And Coleco thought it would be nice to be able to make these babies available.
But those Coleco controllers were dog shit, though, with the phone keypad on it. Those things sucked.
To children and people all over the country.
Now, Karen, hold on, close. I'm not getting any sound out of your mic. Oh.
What did she say? You sat on my mic? Never played one? I mean, the graphics were definitely better than Atari. You know. I mean, Donkey Kong for Coleco kicks the shit out of Donkey Kong for Atari, but that's not very difficult to do. Wow. Stunning. Yeah, look at her. Yeah, they were very close to Atari. And there was also the Coleco Atom, which was like a home computer. Never had that, though. I didn't know anyone that had that. I did own a Commodore 64. I got a secondhand Commodore 64 for Christmas one year, and I got all the shit. I got the system. I got the disk drive, the floppy drive, which was larger and heavier than the computer itself. And I got a bunch of software. I got a bunch of games, and I got the software to copy games. Because there was no copy protection back then. You copied that floppy all you wanted. And I had and you could just hook it up to your TV. I had a 13-inch color TV that I used as a monitor. Scraping your lapel mic there.
While you were shooting, right? We picked that up. Good enough. Okay. You sit her down again the way we were before, okay? They have different clothes, Karen?
Yes, they're a complete line of outfits. Yeah.
And can you change their clothes? I mean, you can buy clothes for them, yes?
Yep. Outfits are sold separately. Yes.
Tell me about the adoption business.
The adoption is very unique, and the reason we feel it's so nice is that it really strengthens the bond between a child and a doll, similar to a real parent-child relationship. And it allows a child to really show...
Yeah, the Commodore was my first, like, foray into computers. And then I didn't have another computer until, like, the late 90s.
Nurturance and care, and we feel that this is very positive for a child.
Because computers was very expensive back then. Yeah, the video game market, what was that, the crash? I think it was 83 when it crashed. Right? And then Nintendo fucking rose from the ashes like a phoenix and just saved everything in 1985.
Come in all colors and with all hair colors.
Yeah, and if you remember the Nintendo, I used to have to, like, remember how you load the cartridges? Instead of just sticking the cartridge on the top, like an Atari, you had to, like, slide it in and push it down because they were trying to mimic a VCR. That was the whole reason why they did that. There was no, like, utilitarian purpose for that. They just wanted it to be cool like a VCR.
Yes, a variety of hair color, skin color, eye color. Some have freckles and dimples, others don't. Right.
And a variety of ages. I mean, some are infants, some are...
Slide it in and push it down, you know what I'm saying? I like to slide it in and push it down in Karen if I was a single man.
There are some that are preemies. They have no hair. We hope it will grow. But some of them do come no hair.
Now, is the doll selling well?
Unbelievable. We have...
The audio sync is off.
Made and will have shipped by year end well in excess of 2 million Cabbage Patch Kids, which is a phenomenal amount of product, and it will be in just these 6 months.
You said it's the hottest selling doll ever?
And a doll out of a store waiting to come in.
Man, that audio is way out of sync. I don't know if that's me or just the video. Boy, there's a lengthy interview with Karen. Let's see this shit.
We handmade them, and they are still available anywhere from $125 to $1,000.
Man, that's a lot of makeup.
What happened now?
Oh, Jesus. I can't hear anything. This is terrible. All right, let's talk to people in the store. I like to hear people in the store bitching. As soon as my internet connection catches up.
No, he's in the office.
Oh, okay.
Nice hat, lady.
Need to get some shots of you. Oh, Kitty Lord.
How old are your girls?
One's 11, one's 4, and one's 5.
And what do they want for Christmas?
They like Cabbage Patch Kids, yeah.
So she had one that's 11, and then she had two, like one right after the other.
Why?
Because they like the birth certificate and they want to adopt the little baby and all stuff like that.
Have you been able to find the dolls?
No, not yet.
Have you looked?
Yes, I've seen one in Consumers, and that's where I'm going after I leave here.
But otherwise, you haven't seen them anywhere?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
They're hard to get?
Yes, they are.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Every day. Okay, your name is?
My name is Jerry Stitch.
And your title?
Well, I own this place.
Which is?
I'm the
Jerry the Sitch Stitch.
Chief Muckywuck.
You don't want to give a plug to your place?
Oh, I'm sorry. Definitely. My place is called the Kitty Mart on Route 1.
Look at me, bitch.
1 in Linden, New Jersey.
Okay, now, the hot item this year apparently is the Cabbage Patch Kid.
Well, one of the hot items is the Cabbage Patch Kid. There are always other hot items, too.
For instance?
Well, the G.I. Joe category is very hot, very scarce. The
Care Bears?
Care Bears are impossible to get. The manufacturer hasn't shipped us our initial order yet. Masters of the Universe merchandise is extremely scarce.
But we're hearing...
What was the knockoff names of Cabbage? What were the knockoff names of Cabbage Patch Kids? Onion Patch Twerps? I don't know.
Mostly about the Cabbage Patch Kids. When do you expect them in?
Well, they do come in dribs and drabs occasionally. At this particular
Grims and grabs. I gotta start using that term.
Moment, we don't know exactly when our next shipment is expected.
It's our understanding that you are asking people to put down $75 to buy $75 worth of merchandise, and then they can have a Cabbage Patch baby.
No,
not super straight.
Well, it doesn't work that way.
Robots. Turnip toddlers. Actually, that doesn't sound appropriate.
What we suggest to people, we do a big layaway business. The people who are our layaway customers, and we have many of them over the last 28, 30 years that we're here, come back year after year.
Clifford the Pig. He had a big red rocket. You never saw it, but it was there.
They lay away other merchandise with us. And our minimum, as you notice from the sign up there, is a $75 minimum. And the reason for that is we don't want a small layaway because they get lost. People who do give us layaways often are given the preference of a Cabbage.
Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin. Oh, that's what I want to look up. We got some Teddy Ruxpin. Teddy Rubskin. Fucking... Can we get like a Teddy Ruxpin? They had a cartoon, didn't they? Oh God, they had and they had this shit. Oh no, 45 minutes. I can't.
Bounders. It used to bother me.
Oh,
too,
God.
Till I realized that he is, without a doubt, the world's worst shot.
Oh, Teddy's been shitting in the yard.
Well, who is this twig anyway? Well, I'm not sure. I've never...
Didn't the Teddy Ruxpin have like a tape deck in the back of it? Like that's what it would play? Yeah, you could put Slayer in the Teddy Ruxpin, right? Teddy Ruxpin Slayer. I just don't want to get...
You know you were an 80s kid if you...
I don't want to get a warning.
Labor connections in Taiwan.
Anyways, what time is it? It's 11:45. Let's go back to 1983. Let's get local now. 1983, Christmas Day, 1983, WLS Channel 7 in Chicago. Apparently it was cold as fuck that day. Hold on. Will you stop licking your ass? All right. Teddy Ruxpin's... Can we do that? Teddy Ruxpin low battery. Here we go.
today? Well then, I would like to tell you the story of the faded fobs. One day, Grubby and I were in Boggly Woods, picking wild strawberries. I really like strawberries. Do you?
Say, Teddy, there are lots of strawberries over here.
Oh, good, Grubby. We should be able to fill up the basket with all of these. If you
Is this being recorded with a mic up someone's ass?
stop eating them, that is.
Well, strawberry picking takes a lot of energy, and I gotta keep my strength up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, besides, I pick 4 strawberries for every one of yours.
Yeah, Grubby, you're right. I can't keep up with your 8 hands. Two hands are better than one. 2 hands are better than one. If you have a job that must be done, 2 hands are better than 1.
4 hands are better than 2. 4 hands
Well,
are
that
better
wasn't.
than 2.
That is not a good example. Here we go.
Very pretty. Well, how about having this? Oh. Do you really think I'm pretty?
Have you ever heard the Big Mouth Billy Bass on Low Battery? This is one of my favorites. Yeah, the demon-possessed singing trout.
All right, get her.
Maybe you can find one without a dipshit coughing in the background. Here it is. This is the one I remember. Oh man, that shit still gets me. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, that's good. Oh, that's an old one, man. That's a oldie but a goodie. All right, WLS Channel 7 Eyewitness News, Chicago, Christmas Day, 1983.
A holiday message from ABC News.
I'm Peter Jennings. At ABC News, we hope you're having a happy holiday season, whether your family...
Brought to you by Rick Klein at fuzzymemories.tv. If you're not a member, if you're not a subscriber, check it out. the Museum of Classic Chicago Television. Great YouTube page.
Friends are near or far away. We hope that next year is full of peace and contentment.
ABC News, wishing you the best in 1984.
Coming up next on Eyewitness News, Christmas Day here in...
Oh, look at her. Oh, shit. I didn't even realize she was here. The goddess, Miss Marianne Childers.
Chicago was a cold one.
That's right.
We'll have the latest on the cold snap here and around the country. Then Jesse Jackson says he's going to find a way to rescue an American aviator held prisoner of war in Syria.
The Pope delivers his Christmas message in dozens of languages. And later, Jim Rose with the Houston-Louisville action and all the sports. We'll have those stories and much more coming next on Eyewitness News.
Hey, what's a tough cleaning job in your kitchen? Someplace you'd use Top Job.
These cabinets, they get covered by greasy dirt.
Right, but greasy dirt's everywhere, like walls.
Wow.
And no wax floors. And
countertops, appliances.
Sure.
It's nearly all over.
In fact, on the toughest baked on greasy dirt, like on this range hood, Top Job by the bucket cleans better than the leading pines in ammonia.
Say, if Top Job cleans so much so well, shouldn't it be called Top Jobs?
At one time, you could just look around the loop and see 15 or 20 tower cranes being operated. You don't see nearly that many at the moment, and it's that way all over northern Illinois. I'm Tom Nader, president of the Building Trades Council, and for the 100,000...
Oh, this guy. Yeah. You kidding me? This guy is some... This guy greased some palms. His palms got greased so many times.
And construction workers I represent, that's a leading economic indicator. If it's going to improve, if we're going to put all our people back to work, if we're going to have jobs for our kids, we have to get the economy moving the way that it used to. That means keeping our businesses and industries healthy, making it easy for them to expand, and making new ones want to come here. If anyone is doing their part, I think it's Commonwealth Edison. We've always had top-notch service. We've always had enough electricity without interruption. They've planned ahead. I don't want to see that change, ever. To have enough jobs, we have to...
I used to love the construction guys, man. When I worked downtown, like those guys, they didn't put up with shit from anybody.
Have enough energy.
This is Eyewitness News with Marianne Childers and Jim Gibbons, Alan Kraszewski weather, and Jim Rowe.
Yeah, Kraszewski. Yeah, look at fucking, holy shit.
Sports. This is
They're young, man. They're spring chickens.
Eyewitness News.
Good evening. It's Christmas night in Chicago, and it's still mighty cold outside. Earlier today, the temperature bottomed out at 17 below. At least 3 people died of exposure in the city over the last 48 hours. One elderly man apparently wandered away from his home dressed only in his bathrobe. A woman and another man may have been
Yeah, that dusky voice, right? Very professional.
And apparently they didn't know about the many city shelters open for people with nowhere to go. Outside tonight, people like these bundled up tight against our 40 below wind chill. Waiting for a bus has become a real ordeal. And everywhere around the city, you can find the now familiar sight of stalled cars stuck in the middle of traffic and not a tow truck in sight. For people who had to spend their hours working in the cold, like these loop parking attendants, tonight was miserable.
In my ear.
How you doing, brother? It's cold as a motherfucker out here. How you doing?
Ears are burning and my jaws are burning, and it's cold, sir. Believe me. It's so cold up there, you have to bag up to it, man. No, you can't even get it. You have to bag up to it.
But on this Christmas night, some
You know he wanted to be like, it's cold as a motherfucker. Shit.
souls ventured out of doors, and we found a small crowd over at Daly Plaza. What else were they doing on a night like this than looking at ice sculptures? Just part of the holiday spirit. And around the nation tonight, it's been a Christmas that just about everybody's going to remember as probably the...
I don't know about you guys, but I am personally a huge... I could just... This whole broadcast could just be done by Marianne. Like, fuck them other guys. I mean, Alan Kraszewski, Kraszewski or whatever. Like, I love those guys, but she could just take over.
The coldest they've ever seen. In Texas and Florida, growers set out smudge pots to try and save their citrus trees. Record lows were set in Houston. It was 14 degrees there and 23 in Daytona Beach, Florida. Meanwhile, just a bit south of us.
Yeah, that's the good thing about having this congested voice. I could do like that old, like, hey, doing motherfucker shit. It's cold as a bitch out here, man. Shit.
A 100-mile stretch of I-65 was closed today.
Oof.
Indiana police stopped.
God, boy, I-60, the more it changes, the more it stays the same. Damn.
Motorists and warned them not to try that drive south to Indianapolis. And the National Guard opened its armories to about 500 stranded travelers. Tonight, the northbound lanes of Interstate I-65 are open, but southbound, a 50-mile stretch from Merrillville to Remington is still closed. And police say...
Hey, that's where I grew up. Merrillville.
It will probably stay that way through tomorrow.
Oh, is that the exit? Wait.
Is still closed, and police say it will...
Is that Route 30? No. Is that the 3065 exit? Yeah, she hasn't gone full 80s fashion victim here. Like, she doesn't have shoulder pads on. But I'm still liking it, though. You know, she's not... I mean, this is peak Childers right here. This is peak. This is like 79, 80 right here. But I don't know. I'm good with it, man. This is I will take this as a good Christmas present.
Probably stay that way through tomorrow.
Well, Marianne, even though it is still plenty cold outside at this hour, there is some good news in the forecast, and Alan Kraszewski is here to tell us about it. Alan?
What I want to know, Jim and Marianne, is which one of you asked...
When did they do this? Because the 61st and 65 exit was like, didn't they make that a little later? Didn't they do that after 83? I thought that was a little later. I don't know.
For record cold temperatures for Christmas. Well, we certainly broke a number of them. In fact, it's official right now. It will not only be a Christmas to remember for the gifts that you received today, but also for the fact that it is the coldest weather this country has seen.
God damn it. I hope I don't miss that shit.
In at least a century's time. Nearly 125.
I mean, so far we've had a fairly mild winter.
Low temperature records were broken today, extending the whole way from Montana, even the whole way down to southern Texas. Freezing temperatures extended way down into Mexico, as you can see, down into Florida as well. In fact, already this evening, temperatures have dipped down to the freezing level in central Florida tonight.
Okay, yeah, for some reason I thought they built it like in the late 80s. Maybe I'm wrong.
There's really no escaping the cold for most of the country. About the only people who were able to get away with at least some bearable temperatures were those out in the desert southwest of Arizona and also into California, or unless you had some friends in Hawaii. As I've been telling you, the cold air has been coming down from the northern sections of the country, right down from the North Pole, as a matter of fact, for the past couple days. The good news is, however, that warmer air will now be building in and gradually pushing this cold air back up north where it belongs, at least for a couple days. I'll be telling you more about that a little bit later on.
Thank you, Alan. But getting away from the weather for just a moment, it is Christmas Day, and presidential candidate Jesse Jackson has been trying to...
I'm going to go down to Syria, tell them motherfuckers how to do it.
...to arrange the holiday release of an American pilot held by the Syrians. Jackson says he's going to travel to Syria with a group of religious leaders.
Remember this shit? This was that era when, like, whenever, like, there was an American held hostage in some hostile country... Like, Jesse Jackson would be like, yeah, I'm going to fucking go down there and get that shit taken. And he would do it. He would do it.
To try to win freedom for Lieutenant Robert Goodman. Goodman was shot down during a bombing raid over Lebanon 3 weeks ago. And today, Jackson said President Reagan isn't doing enough to win Goodman's release.
Have come to say Merry Christmas to you. And the battle of the Christmas War, trapped in a foreign land, following a commander-in-chief.
He'd be like, I do not know what he is talking about, but he sounds very angry. We should just let this guy go. I'm a little bit frightened.
Not even all that special envoy to call his name. And so it is when the government does not speak as it should speak. It demoralizes Lieutenant Goodman, I'm sure. It demoralizes 1,300 U.S. Marines in Lebanon.
Jackson made his remarks during his regular Christmas Day visit to inmates at the Cook County Jail.
In the Mideast tonight, it wasn't a very peaceful Christmas in Lebanon. Artillery and rocket fire broke out in the southern suburbs of Beirut.
I remember this, man. Beirut was a fucking holy, it was a literal hellhole at that time.
And at least 18 people were reported killed in the fighting there. There was some shooting around our American Marine base, but no Americans were hit. The gunfire broke out just as comedian Bob Hope was leaving the Marine base. Meanwhile, in Bethlehem, a more peaceful scene. Few pilgrims arrived for this holiday, perhaps because of the exceptionally heavy security in this Israeli-controlled city. The relatively few Christians attended their services, but for the much larger Jewish and Arab population, this was a day like any other. But it was a very special day at the White House. President Reagan had Christmas dinner with his wife and children Ron and Patty. It was a turkey dinner, traditional, that included something called turnip sleighs with apple filling. And there were gifts for the First Lady.
I'd like to slay that turnip. I mean, I don't know. That didn't come out right.
Some heavy plaid shirts for those chilly days out at the ranch. And for the president, a beige sweater and a pair of bedroom slippers. And I'd love to know what a turnip sleigh is.
Still ahead on Eyewitness News this Christmas night, we'll tell you about what was supposed to be a tropical vacation, but ended up as a weekend at O'Hare.
Also, the Pope delivers a Christmas message to all of the people in the world in
I've got the shit. Merry Christmas.
most of their languages. And later, the people who have to handle the day when everybody wants to reach out and touch someone.
Yeah, I ruined that turnip.
Bye-bye, good old pie. Duncan Hines cake rises so high. Duncan Hines Yellow rises to great heights of moistness. This is the day of great taste. Deluxious. This is the day of great moistness. This deluxe yellow rises above
That's that. It's not the only thing that's moist.
the rest. Moisture. A super creamy batter for extra moistness. Amazing moistness. Great heights of moistness. Now America's
Yeah, I like how they went straight from like cherry pie to cake.
rising to a great taste. Moist. Rising high to a great taste. High rising. Moisture. Great moistness. Duncan Hines Deluxe. Delicious. Bye-bye, good old pie. Duncan Hines cake rises so high. Rises to great
It's like, well, what if I want a pie? I don't want a fucking cake.
heights of moistness. Duncan Hines Deluxe. Delicious.
Brought your ladder back, Steve. Now, could I borrow some detergent and fabric softener?
Don't worry, Charlie. You only need one. You're going Solo like Ellen. Solo's a heavy-duty detergent with built-in fabric
I remember Solo.
softener. It'll get this dirty laundry deep down clean and fluffed up soft.
But this is tomato sauce.
You know what? I didn't realize I haven't had a piss break. Well, let's take a quick piss break. And apparently my wife is watching Fletch or something out there. I don't know. I hear like hip like Pointer Sisters type music and police sirens going on. Maybe it's either Beverly Hills Cop or or Fletch. Anyways, here, let me put this one up here. Take a quick piss break. Do. Be right back. Now let's get the reason to live.
Hey girl, what's up? I like to get you on the floor so I can funk with you, you know? Baby, you don't have to be shy. Just follow me. I'll show you what I mean.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings
putting on the show. Yeah.
Oh, hold it, girl. Take off that fancy wear. Just let your thoughts, lady, yeah. Come on, girl. Let's get down. Baby, let's do it to that funky, funky sound.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to the groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to the groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to the groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to the groove.
Funky groove.
Love that sexy body. Come on, girl, let's party. You come out and run the floor.
So there's these two midgets, and you know, they're coming up. So there's these two midgets, and you know, they're coming off the Carney circuit, and you know, doing the festival circuit and everything. And they're gonna drive to Vegas, and they, you know, get a hotel, 2 hotels, 1 hotel room apiece, and they start drinking hard, and they're gambling, and they're just blowing all the money they made over the summer and everything like that. One guy says, "Hey, let's get a couple of prostitutes." He says, yeah. So they call up this place, and a couple of prostitutes come and meet them at the casino. And they start partying and doing everything. And a few hours later, they're like, "Hey, you want to go back to our rooms?" The prostitutes are like, yeah, sure, let's go, let's party, you know. And so the one midget goes to his room with the prostitute, and he realizes he's had enough. He's been overserved. He can't perform. He can't do what he's there to do to the prostitute. So he says, "Oh man," he confesses in her. He says, "Listen, I had too much to drink tonight. I can't do this. I got to sleep it off. So you can either stay here or you can go, you know, I'm sorry." And she's, "No worries," you know. So she just picks up her clothes and she gets out. And when she leaves, he shuts the door and he listens to the adjoining room that his buddy's in, and he's hearing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you know. And so he says to himself, he says, "Damn, man, that guy's having a good time," you know. So he goes to bed and crashes out. And the following morning, they see each other out in the hallway. One guy says, "How was your night?" He says, "Man, I drank too much. I got all the way to the hotel room, all that liquor downloaded to me, and I couldn't perform. And she left, and we said our pieces and all that stuff." He's like, "But forget about me." He's like, "Man, it sounded like you were having a great time." He says, "What are you talking about? I spent all night just trying to jump into bed."
Story time with Buddy. Yeah, joke time with Buddy. Yeah, that was the voicemail he left. It looks like somebody, I'm not going to say the number. Wait a minute. Let me look at it again here. Somebody called on November 13th, like 4 days ago, at 4:38 p.m. Oh, wait a minute. What? Maybe that... No, I don't recognize that number. Huh, it's not 219. I don't know who that was. Probably just some bullshit. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. Back to some shoulders. Guess what this is?
Look, dirt and stains mat down fibers. Solo cleans fibers, lifts them up, releases deep down dirt, and Solo softens, so fibers feel cushy.
Makes your carpet all funky.
The shirt is deep down clean.
And fluffed up soft.
Even knocked out static clean. Steve, my wife's got to go.
Charlie.
Go Solo.
Go Solo.
That's right, go solo.
At your gallant men of Olds, time is running out. By December 31st, 1,500 cars must be...
That's right, the gallant men of Olds. That was the Oldsmobile slogan.
...sold. To help set a record for the decade of 1 million Oldsmobiles sold this year. We'll be making record-breaking deals on every car your heart desires. We have until December 31st to sell 1,500 cars and set a record. You have until December 31st to make a record-breaking deal. Don't wait. Time is running out. At your gallant men of Olds.
Oh, I wanted to see some Olds.
Out at O'Hare Airport tonight, things are busy but running pretty much on schedule. Earlier today, there were a few delays for holiday travelers and, of course, a few cancellations. And for the next few days, it's probably a good idea to call ahead for flight information before heading out to the airport. And speaking of delays, one group of weary holiday travelers spent their day stranded at O'Hare, dreaming of the sunny vacation they were supposed to be on.
Yeah, see, it's the early 80s. I can't tell if it's a rug or if that's literally just his hair. I'm guessing it's a full-on rug, though. Like, yeah, because it's kind of hanging off the sides. Yeah, that's not just a top rug. That is a full fucking rug. Yeah.
Tim Ryan has their story.
This smiling group of 184 people was supposed to be on the beach in Hawaii right now, sipping Mai Tais and getting a suntan. Instead, they spent the day at O'Hare getting angrier by the minute.
Yeah, he should have just grew out the sides. He'd have gotten away with it. It was in 1983. You could get away with that shit.
Their chartered airplane, booked through Carefree Travel, was supposed to have left at 9 o'clock in the morning yesterday. They didn't get an apology, much less an explanation.
We had a very nasty discussion.
See, like this guy got the memo.
But candid conversation with these people. It wasn't till then that they even took the courtesy of arranging.
St. Charles, man. St. Charles. That's a pretty ritzy area, isn't it?
For a meal for these people. Finally arranging for a hotel to stay in. It was the most absolute disgusting abuse I have ever seen of a company toward its paying people.
Oh.
Some passengers wanted to cancel their reservations on the ill-fated flight and either book another one or go home. No deal.
They refused to let us out of the contract and go on another airline.
The would-be vacationers say that
looks like a Redemax guy.
They will sue the travel company, Carefree, but they say that will not make up for the frustration and inconvenience of spending their Hawaiian vacation at O'Hare. Tim Ryan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
No.
Vacation.
Got fucking Frederick Douglass over here pissed off at the airline.
At O'Hare. Tim Ryan, Channel 7.
Fucking howdy doody.
7 Eyewitness News.
Well, those travelers finally did get their flight to Hawaii just about 2 hours ago. But since then, we've received a call from another group of Carefree clients. These people are now...
What was that? What was that, Jim?
Since then, we've received a call from another group of Carefree clients.
Carefree.
These people are now waiting out at O'Hare Field, and they're reportedly trying to get to Jamaica.
The first group seemed in good spirits, all things considered. Well, Jim, on...
Man, I want to talk to Marianne. I mean, I know, I just want to talk to her now and be like, hey, what was up with Jim Gibbons? What was with his fucking hair? What was going on there?
This Christmas Day, some of the hardest working people in town were over at the phone company. AT&T called in about 900 operators to handle the holiday rush. Millions of people called. The final tallies aren't in, but the company expected about 23.5 million. Earlier today, the lines were buzzing.
I'm very sorry, sir. There are no circuits available now. Please try back later.
Christmas is considered the busiest
The older sister from White Christmas. You mean Rosemary Clooney?
day of the year.
And next on Eyewitness News, Christmas messages from the Pope, and then a look at staying warm the old-fashioned, buttoned-up way.
George Clooney's aunt.
This Christmas, someone you love may be wishing on a star.
Make that wish come true with diamond jewelry from J.B. Robinson Jewelers. See J.B. Robinson Jewelers for a Christmas gift to last a lifetime.
Man, my wife worked for J.B. Robinson before they got shut down. Hold on, I gotta let Bosley out of the office here. Come on, buddy. There you go, buddy. Okay.
Robinson Jewelers. See J.B. Robinson Jewelers for a Christmas gift to last a
She
lifetime.
squeezed George out of the Cabbage Patch.
Expecting a year-end dividend? See your Toyota dealer. Because he wants to deliver a deal that'll
Oh, look at those awesome Toyotas.
be your year-end dividend. We want to clear out our entire inventory by New Year's. Celicans,
I want them all.
Corollas, Supras, front-wheel drive Corollas, Camrys, and Tercels.
Oh, I want that fucking Tercel.
Supras,
If it's a four-wheel drive Tercel, I want that fucking Tercel.
front-wheel drive Corollas, Camrys, and Tercels. Every 84 Toyota truck must go now.
And I want that fucking truck, too.
Never expected this. Make your year-end dividend deal now.
Those pickups were amazing. I mean, they didn't go fast at all, but, like, they just never died.
Toyota dealers got it right.
Red Lobster introduces the 10-minute on-time lunch. A seafood lunch freshly prepared and served in 10 minutes. Or it's free. Free? Mm-hmm. Go. Enjoy broiled flounder, our new seafood stuffed potatoes, tasty sandwiches, even a seafood combination platter.
God, everything just looks beige. Look at our beige food. I don't know. Maybe back in the day, if I was watching this on an old tube like CRT television, maybe it looked a lot better. But on YouTube, it looks like ass.
All served in 10 minutes.
93 Toyota. I'm telling you, man, those fucking those goddamn. There's a reason why those things are so expensive now. Because they don't die. My next car is going to be a Toyota. I've made that decision. You know, it'll be a used Toyota, but it'll be some type of Toyota. Because they don't die.
That's guaranteed, or it's free. $8.56. I love it. Come enjoy a delicious lunch.
I mean, there's a reason why Toyotas are not quick. They don't always adopt new technology like other manufacturers do because they test shit. They run it through the fucking ringer before they even try it. You know, it's a reason why the Camry and the Corolla have been around for how many years now? You know, they've been around for 50 years? Meanwhile, Chrysler has gone through how many different models of cars?
Served in 10 minutes guaranteed, or it's free. The 10-minute on-time lunch only at Red Lobster.
While Atari keeps trying to sell you new systems like the 5200, with ColecoVision you only...
Here's a ColecoVision commercial. I'm telling you, I'm so done with that company. Every car I've owned since I was a teenager has been a domestic car. Chrysler's being the worst. GM and Ford, kind of, my personal experience, I had some real shitty Fords, but I had some okay Fords. Same thing with GM. My next car is going to be either a Toyota or a Honda close second.
We need one system because ColecoVision expands.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a Camry. I mean, it's the automotive equivalent of, dry white toast, but they just don't fucking die.
To give you a Super Action controller set with Super Action Baseball, a driving module with turbo, an expansion module to play all Atari 2600 games, and only ColecoVision plugs into the Atom module to become...
Yeah, there's the Atom. Look at all that shit. This is crazy.
The complete Atom computer system. So if you don't want to keep buying new systems, there's only one system to buy, ColecoVision. Sorry, Atari.
What was that white car? That was an 84 Oldsmobile Delta 88. That was a great car, but it was, if I could go back in time knowing what I know now, I would have hung on to that car. But at the time, there was just it was just a lot of little nickel and dime shit. It had a 307 V8. It had no power, but it was a malaise era GM. So there really wasn't much going on with it. It was actually a fairly simple car to work on. I just didn't know how to work on cars at that time. Not like, I'm a little bit more educated now.
In Rome today.
Yeah, Delta 88 was in Evil Dead. That was an earlier model. That was like a late 70s model. I had an 84. So it was a little boxier, if that's possible.
Pope John Paul II called on world leaders to spend less money on weapons and more on food for the hungry. The Pope told a huge crowd in St. Peter's Square to look into the eyes of the newborn child.
Yeah, what year is that? Because it's like a late 70s. It's like a 70-something, 77, 78. Yeah. See here. This is the one. Well, I had it in a 4-door. So, in the late 90s, this was basically the car I had. It had a white top, though. It didn't have the Landau top. It had no horsepower. Like, that was the thing about that era of cars, like the late 70s, early 80s. That was the malaise era of domestic cars. So you'd have a car with a big V8. It would have all of the disadvantages of owning a V8 and almost none of the advantages.
And men and women dying of hunger while enormous sums are being spent on weapons. And then his traditional greeting.
A blessed Christmas in the peace of Jesus Christ, the Redeemer of the world.
The Pope spoke.
Son of a bitch. Shit.
In 43 languages, and as we heard, English was included.
Oh no, it's just son of bitch. Shit.
Blessed Christmas in the peace of Jesus Christ.
Son of bitch. Shit.
The Redeemer of the world.
The Pope spoke in 43 languages, and as we heard, English was included. More than 50,000 people stood in St. Peter's Square to hear the Pope speak on this Christmas Day. Well, for thousands of needy Chicagoans, just about the only bright spot on this...
wait. Can we go? We got to go back.
Food for the hungry. The Pope told a huge crowd in St. Peter's Square to look into the eyes of the newborn child and at men and women dying of hunger while enormous sums are being spent on weapons. And then his traditional greeting.
A blessed Christmas in the peace of Jesus Christ.
Son of bitch. Shit.
The Redeemer of the world.
The Pope spoke in 43 languages, and as we heard, English was included. More than 50,000 people stood in St. Peter's Square to hear the Pope speak on this Christmas Day. Well, for thousands of needy Chicagoans, just about the only bright spot on this holiday came from the generosity of strangers. Hundreds of hungry people were already lined up this morning when the Salvation Army opened its doors. By the end of the day, the Army alone served more than 2,000 Christmas dinners.
You know, the Salvation Army is one of those places where it's like they do good work, but they don't like gay people. And I have a problem with that. It's like, I don't know. I'm conflicted.
I had a feeling that we wouldn't have as many, but it certainly doesn't look that way. And that goes back again to people are hungry.
She said meaty Chicagoans. Even the least of Chicagoans are meaty. We're all, yeah, that's just, it's in general.
And they'll get out in all kind of ways to find something to eat. And certainly I think that's the state of the nation today.
The food trays were served by volunteers who said all the...
Yeah, we like to eat. We're quite meaty. Man, look at those 80s dinner rolls.
Hard work on the holiday was well worth it.
We like to do. And it doesn't interfere with our day really at all. Makes it better.
One worker commented that he wished the Salvation Army could afford to do this every day.
Well, it's a prosperous winter for one small Michigan town that absolutely thrives on a good cold winter. The townsfolk there are in the business of keeping people warm the old-fashioned way. ABC's Joe Spencer has the story.
With sex, red hot sex.
Cedar Springs, Michigan calls itself Red Flannel Town, USA. There's the Red Flannel Cafe, Red Flannel Insurance Company, even Red Flannel Acres. But Cedar Springs actually derives its nickname from a second-floor, one-room operation. Here at the Red Flannel Factory, they make...
I believe this place is still around, and they still do this shit. They hand make these fucking red flannels.
Long Johns the old-fashioned way, by hand. In fact, the women of Cedar Springs have kept America in stitch.
And I believe as a job requirement, your name has to be Barb or Joyce or Phyllis or Joan.
For decades, turning out the same fire engine red undergarments that great-grandpa used to wear.
Everyone is individually done. It's not done on mass production. And I think that makes a big difference. I really do.
And I also know that if something's wrong, it's my fault.
Quality control.
Very, very, yes. My name's on the whole bundle.
Although Long Johns, complete with button drop seats, are the Red Flannel Factory's strong suit, they also manufacture 30 other garments, from frilly nightgowns to Christmas stockings. What also sets the factory apart from so many others...
Look at that. I mean, seriously, if I was going to buy a pair of red flannel pajamas, I would demand that they be handcrafted by someone named Joan or Phyllis or Barb.
Is its ownership. About 40 local people, including some who work here.
It's important that you put the quality into it because you feel proud of your work, proud of
I mean, Michael Huckleberry.
Your town, and that's the way our people feel.
So proud they've shipped red flannels to some of America's best-known politicians and entertainers. Yet most sales are to average people who just want to keep warm.
That would definitely be an extra large Long John.
Sales this year are up 30 to 40% from...
Wait, I want to say... Like, they have a website. What's the name of this company again? Shit.
Red Flannel Cafe, Red Flannel Insurance Company, even Red Flannel Acres. But Cedar Springs actually derives its nickname from a second-floor, one-room operation. Here at the Red Flannel Factory, they make Long Johns the old-fashioned way, by hand.
Yeah, redflannelfactory.com. Can you actually buy shit? Yeah. Wait, Long Johns, red flannel. We don't have any products to show here right now. Oh, good job, guys. Way to represent.
In fact, the women of Cedar Springs have kept America in stitches for decades, turning out the same...
Happy Mother's Day, I Can't Read is one of the best band names. What was the other one? Flowers from the Man Who Shot Your Cousin.
Same fire engine red undergarments that great-grandpa used to wear.
Everyone is individually done. It's not done on mass production. And I think that makes a big difference. I really do.
And I also know that if something's wrong, it's my fault.
Quality control.
Very, very, yes. My name's on the whole bundle.
Although Long Johns, complete with button drop seats, are the Red Flannel Factory's strong suit, they also manufacture 30 other garments, from frilly nightgowns to Christmas stockings. What also sets the factory apart from so many others is its ownership. About 40...
REO Speed Dealer? Wait, worst? Because you have to look up the worst band names, not the best. So, some of these are just, like, stupid. Like, aborted Hitler cock. It's like, that doesn't even make any sense. Bathtub shitter. That's a good one. The clits. Cat butt. Yeah, we know cat butt. There's a band that's just called Fuck. Fuck. That's a bit much. There's a band called The Gay. Midget Handjob. Natalie Portman's Shaved Head. Barbara's Bush. That was a good one, too. I'm looking at these now. Scrotum Grinder. See, some of these are a little too on the nose, though. The Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza. Yeah.
Local people, including some who work here.
It's important that you put the quality into it because you feel proud of your work, proud of your town, and that's the way our people feel.
So proud they've shipped red flannels to some of America's best-known politicians and entertainers. Yet most sales
Oh, that was Kenny.
are to average people who just want to keep warm.
That would definitely be an extra large Long John.
Sales this year are up 30 to 40% from 1982, and the company hopes to sew up the Long John's market nationwide during the long winters ahead.
We believe that there's still people in America that want and appreciate old-fashioned quality, and we're building our company based on that premise.
Joe Spencer, ABC News, Cedar Springs, Michigan.
Marianne, I'm going to be going through Cedar Springs next week. If you'd like to place your...
I'm going to be fitted for a red flannel rug.
order, I'll take
make
it
a
later.
list.
But Alan says we may not need the Long Johns, at least tomorrow. Alan Kraszewski will have all the weather next.
Who did Marianne end up hooking up with? Did she end up hooking up with Kraszewski? I think she ended up getting married to that dude. Him or Dick Johnson. One of them guys. Yeah, there was a guy named Dick Johnson.
Did you know that you can instantly start wood fires with the help of handy-sized Duraflame? Duraflame by itself or with wood, the fastest way to an all-evening fire.
This is the week to get set for winter driving with incredible front-wheel drive specials from your Chicagoland Pontiac dealers. The sure-footed Pontiac 6000, year-end priced at just $80.
That's right, she doesn't hook up.
Son of bitch, shit.
$66.99, or the sporty new 2000 Sunbird, just $66.75. This is the week we're clearing out our entire inventory to make room for new shipments. This is the week, your last week, to take advantage of special 9.9% lease rates on any Pontiac you pick. This is the week at your Chicago...
Yeah, you don't see none of these cars running around anywhere, but you still see like fucking 30-year-old Camrys on the road all the time.
Goland, Northwestern Indiana, Pontiac dealers.
I still see Camrys from like the 90s and early 2000s all over the road.
Christmas Eve, dogs curl up in their beds while visions of liver snaps dance in their heads.
That's what it was. It was Jay Levine. I'm sorry. It was one of them dudes.
Season's treatings from Alpo.
Something is always developing at Osco, 7 days a week. So you get your colored prints back in one day, or you get them free. Osco Photo Express.
Now, Jim and I want to make one thing clear, Alan. We did not ask for this weather as a Christmas present. We would have taken 10 or 12 degrees above.
Well, I think any sane person would, Marianne, and whoever did ask for this is in for some trouble. This is the coldest, the most severe cold weather that Chicago has ever experienced so early in the winter season since back in the 1870s. In fact, since Thursday night, we've broken at least 10 different separate weather records right here in Chicago alone. And of course, as I told you earlier, around the country.
Man, look at Alan Kraszewski. He's like, what is he, like 12 here? Holy shit.
Today, 125 cities set new record temperatures. Here's how our high temperatures have fared out for the past 3 days. You can see it right here from Friday through Sunday. We have been below zero for that whole time. It won't be until tomorrow that we'll finally see the daylight and creep above zero. We may hit a high of 10 degrees tomorrow night. Our high for the week looks about Tuesday when we'll get up to 22 degrees. And then what's this? Look at this. Temperatures then falling back down again as we get to week's end. And all we can say is, please, not again. Well, let's take a look at the temperatures currently outside at O'Hare. It is 7 degrees below zero. Relative humidity, well, it's kind of dry outside right now, 55%. Barometer steady. Winds are out of the west at 17 miles per hour.
I'm kind of glad, you know, I don't know if it's, you know, climate change or whatever, but we don't really, this type of weather doesn't really start to hit this area until after December. Like January, February, we'll get this shit. But We don't really get this stuff in December as much as we used to around here.
And the wind chill index at O'Hare is 46 degrees below zero. Now let's talk about these wind chills in the Chicago area right now. You can see most cities are reporting that their wind chills are still at least 40 degrees below zero, except with Glenview. They're at 39 degrees below zero. It's still in that kind of zone where I must say, if you are planning on spending any time outdoors this evening, please make sure that that time is indeed quite brief. As you can see, temperatures all across the country today were rather low. For most of the country, they struggled to get...
It's like, fuck you and fuck you.
Above the freezing mark, but as you can see, they were relatively unsuccessful. Even in Florida, that's down in Miami, their high temperature was only 51 degrees today, and some temperatures in Florida, further up north, they didn't even get above freezing.
Yeah, December's like, we had like a 2 or 3 days of like weather in the teens, and then it shot back up to like mid-upper 40s, low 50s.
Out to the west, they got some slightly warmer temperatures, but that's really the only people who are able to escape the record cold temperatures that were coming in. Here's our situation. These same high pressures, which are actually the center of that much colder air that's been coming in down from the northern land, are gradually weakening, gradually moving off to the east and southeast, actually. And as they do, our winds are gradually going to come around to the southwest.
Yeah, I always loved it. Every time we'd get a lot of snow or it would get cold, all the boomers would be like, well, so much for this global warming. It's like, yeah, what are you saying now, asshole?
That, of course, means that our temperatures are going to begin to moderate just a little bit. Along with those warmer temperatures, it also means that we're also getting a possibility of snow. For tomorrow, our highs will probably be right around 10 degrees. And if you are planning on traveling tomorrow, here's the outlook for the rest of the country. Partly sunny skies out to the west, cold, but some snow in the Rockies. Some snow mixed with freezing rain is going to make it pretty nasty down to the south of us. A lot of rain along the Gulf Coast, sunny but cool down in the southeastern portion of the country, and some flurries and cloudy skies up in the northeast. But if you're hanging around Chicago, here it is. For Christmas.
But the worst is over. When they used to say the worst was over and it was still -5 to -10. Oh, the worst is over, though.
Christmas night, you'll have
wind chills -40, but the worst is over.
Clear skies, it's still going to be very, very cold, but the good news is the worst is over. The low temperatures tonight may hit about 10 below out in O'Hare. Here's tomorrow's for.
I kind of miss going to the city, though, like back then in the 80s. I remember going around Christmas time into the city back in the 80s and 90s. As a kid, it was always fun. It was always done up nice.
Forecast, some sunshine in the morning, then becoming cloudy with warmer temperatures in the afternoon. Our high will reach around 10 degrees. Tomorrow night looks like this, cloudy and not nearly so cold as the past nights we've had. Light snow possibly developing tomorrow night with low temperatures above zero, about 10 degrees. And here's your extended forecast. Cloudy with snow continuing on Tuesday.
Ooh, it's a balmy 26.
And then sunny but colder on Wednesday, and I say not again because on Thursday we see the temperatures dropping back down again. We'll reach about 22 degrees by Tuesday for the week's high and then drop down to about...
Tits back to you, Marianne.
About 10 degrees by week's end. Let's hope we don't have another weekend like this one next weekend. Yeah.
Thank you, Ellen.
Next up, Jim Rose with all today's sports action, including the Houston-Louisville game.
Yeah, no, it's before they made a league. No, I mean, I worked in the city. I worked downtown up until about 2018, and they always did it up nice, but I don't know, as a kid it sunk in more. It was before all those old school department stores closed down, you know.
Merry Christmas from all of us at Al Pamani Ford. Today's a fun day, but
that's not Big Al.
Tomorrow, it's back to business. Starting tomorrow, it's our last week sale, the biggest in our history. Now, during this 1 week when most dealers cut back, we're going all out to sell 500 cars and trucks. Reduced prices on 1,000 cars and trucks, new and used, ready to drive away. Many models are at or below factory invoice. Savings up to $3,500 right off the sticker price. No matter where you live, it'll be worth your trip to our last week sale at the Midwest #1 Ford dealer, Al Pamani Ford, Melrose Park. Starts tomorrow.
That's right. Get a beige Ford Escort or a canary yellow Ford Escort.
Tomorrow.
Well, those guys have run so far away. Look at it. It's just the same dude. The only thing that stays the same is his hair. cocaine. We got it. We got good cocaine. We got shitty cocaine. Whatever you want.
At the Suitery. For the Suitery near you, dial
SUI Tiri. Dial SUI Tiri. Over in 257 North Clark, Oak Lawn, Matson, Harlem and Irving, Palatine, Bloomingdale, Berwyn, Lombard, Niles, Lincoln, and Peterson.
E-E-R-Y.
Hi, remember me? We've come a
Oh my, who's this?
long way, me and the loop. You can hear it in the music. It's really changed. It's not too hard. It's not too soft. It's just right. And the excitement's back with Johnny in the morning. So don't just turn on
Brandmeier.
your radio. Tomorrow morning, turn on Jonathan Brandmeier on the Loop and share in the fun.
The Loop, FM 98, making mornings fun.
Because in Chicago radio, that's what's
This is the era of Chicago radio before Mancow took over in the 90s. Ugh.
separates the men from the boys.
If you're interested in a great car for the money, test drive this 84 Cavalier at Solozzi Edelson Chevrolet.
We guaranteed you can't.
For only $58.74, you get comfort, style, front-wheel drive, safety, and handling.
We have over 100 Cavaliers in stock, ready for immediate delivery. But, best of all,
we guarantee you can't beat our deal anywhere, or we'll give you back the difference in cash.
At Solozzi Edelson Chevrolet in Elmhurst, York, and Roosevelt Roads.
Where you always save,
save more money.
You fucking bastards.
Well, if you like basketball slam shots, I suspect Jim Rose has plenty of them for you coming up in his first report.
Anytime Houston and Louisville and a few of my other favorite teams across the country hook up on television.
Man, Jim Rose, he's like 12 here. Look at him.
You know darn well I'm going to look for the slam dunks. Well, this afternoon, a rematch of the NCAA basketball semifinals from last year at Albuquerque, New Mexico. The third-rated Houston Cougars took on the 8th-ranked Louisville Cardinals. And just like last year, the outcome in the storyline was much the same, all except for the setting, a Christmas tournament in Hawaii. So I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, he was just entering puberty here.
Earlier, slam dunks are the vogue, as far as I'm concerned, in college basketball.
The Houston Cougars is just a bunch of like late 30s, early 40s something women, just with sultry voices, just hitting on all the young guys in the crowd. Hey.
Basketball, and one of the best slam dunkers in the game is Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. The miss by Michael Young there, and the
Hakeem Olajuwon. This is his college years. Wow.
Dream just slams it in there. This is good enough. We'll take 2 more looks at it in slow-mo. Now, I just wish I could come down the paint and pick off a rebound like that one and do what the Dream does. 66-63 lead there for Houston. Now, the cards stayed close. Jeff Hall was pretty hot from outside today. That made it 69-68. Last time Louisville led. But back.
I, too, want an old school Channel 7 pin. I also want a pre-Fox Chicago before Channel 32 WFLD, before it became a Fox affiliate. I want a pin for that too.
Back to my favorite play.
When it was just WFLD.
And of course the Dream is going to be one heck of a pro when he gets there. And there's a nice slam. 76-73, Louisville loses to Houston, rated number 2 and number 3 in the AP poll. Well, on to the pros now. Last 2 minutes of NBA basketball, always exciting. That was Ray Williams for the Knicks there. Now for New Jersey, Mike Jerminski returns the favor, and the game was tied 102.
This is 83, so this is pre-Jordan.
Went overtime. But in the closing moments of the regulation, as you'll see, even the pros can play like Jim Rose. On the floor, not great basketball at all there. So we go overtime. Bernard King on the stuff there. Now watch Cartwright, Bill Cartwright, come down the middle for nice power.
Bill Cartwright.
Slam, yeah. 112.
He was playing for the Knicks then.
110 Knicks in overtime. And tonight, this score is updated now. Portland was leading Los Angeles 83-74. We have a final. Portland 141, Los Angeles 121. 262 points scored up in Portland tonight. And Portland, the Trailblazers, are the winners. Well, tomorrow afternoon, the Dallas Cowboys face the Los Angeles...
Yeah, the Co-Zone, yeah. Rich Coes.
Rams at Texas Stadium in the NFC wildcard game. And it's a good thing for the Cowboys that the game is at home, because the last 2 weekends, Dallas has just plain stunk up the living room, believe me. Remember this game, the last Dallas-Washington outing? Joe Theismann hits Art Monk on the bomb. Now watch the two Cowboys.
I'll admit, I don't follow football for shit. I mean, I know what's going on, but I never followed football that much.
Cowboy defenders try to interrupt the Redskins' fun bunch celebration. Tempers flared, and the Cowboys let it get to the best of them. Now, the last game of the season against San Francisco was the same as the Washington contest. That's Roger Craig, ex of Nebraska, scoring for the Niners. The Dallas defense and Tom Landry in particular were embarrassed, especially by this call, McLemore running back a punt for a touchdown. The Niners embarrassed by Dallas, so the Cowboys are dangerous. A wounded bear, Dallas, really. And the Rams, their defense helped them beat the Saints. Johnny Johnson with the interception there. And Mike Lansford kicks a game winner over the Saints, but I think it'll be a tough road for the Rams. Here are my reasons why of the North.
All right, we need some more Childers here to balance it out.
Third time, Marianne, that a defensive player has been named so in the 59-year history they've given that award.
All right. Thank you very much, Jim. Well, by now the presents have all been opened and the holiday feasts have been consumed, but all over the Chicago area, families are still enjoying the togetherness that Christmas brings. And once again, we'd like to show you our special tribute to families and the joy that comes when they're reunited.
Goodbye, horses. What happened to the audio? Oh, they probably muted it for the music. Oh, there's no audio.
Thanks for staying up late with us, and have a wonderful...
I would love to stay up late with you, Marianne.
...week ahead. From all of us, good night.
Good night. Look at that desk.
The glory and the grandeur of Olympic achievement.
Oh, yeah, this was 83, so the 84 Olympics was coming up.
The Olympiad. Late night tonight on 7, where the Olympic tradition continues.
At Schaumburg Roselle AMC, we sell more than just good used
Holy shit, AMC.
cars. We also offer the largest selection of new and used four-wheel drive vehicles and customized vans.
You got any AMC Eagles?
That's right, customized vans. Plus, if you buy any one of these vehicles, I'll give you a free color TV. That's right, a free 13-inch color TV.
Oh, shit.
Only at Schaumburg Roselle AMC will you get the lowest...
Oh, there we go. There's some AMC Eagles right there.
...prices, a wide selection to choose from, and a free color TV with any...
Have a wonderful week ahead. What a nasty girl. She is. She's so nasty.
...used car purchase. Call...
He had an AMC Eagle. Man, there's people who like have hard-ons for those things. They were, you know, for what they were kind of cool. But yeah, I totally get why they were probably pieces of shit. Anybody who drives one now is just a fucking nerd.
Today at 882-8400. That's 882-8400. Only at Schaumburg Roselle AMC.
Oh, Renault? Yeah, those were terrible.
If you insist on quality tools for car repairs and other do-it-yourself jobs, choose the brand professionals use. Master Mechanic tools from True Value Hardware stores. They're chosen by professionals like George Bignotti, Master Mechanic of Tom Sneva's 1983 Indy 500 winner.
To compete with the best, you need...
Oh, that's it. Okay. I think it's a good time to end it. But thanks, guys, for sticking around. We had a lot of fun. So next week is going to be hold on here. There was fun. Fun was had. Next week is the 23rd. As far as I know, I'm not doing anything that night, so I might do another stream. Maybe we'll attempt the He-Man She-Ra fucking special with commercials. Who knows? Anyways, I want to thank George Sneed and, of course, Marianne Childers, Alan Kraszewski. Is it Kraszewski or Kraszewski? I want to thank Jelka Kezjar, Mika Koservovic. I want to thank Sinbad, Steve Harvey, Kiki Shepard. I want to thank Cabbage Patch Kids. I want to thank ColecoVision. I want to thank Joyce, Barb, Phyllis, Joan. I want to thank Jay, Buddy, Ian, Garrett, anybody else who tunes in tonight. It says there's 5 people watching, so there's one more person. That's just a lurker. And by the way, I love lurkers. You don't have to say shit in the chat if you don't want to. Just enjoy the show. I want to thank Frank Massey and his wife with the little Jufro. I want to thank Frank Massey when him and his wife both had the little Jufros, like that era. Yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you next week. If you guys are down for it, if you guys got nothing going on next week on the 23rd, tune in. Who knows what'll be on? I don't know. It could be a free-for-all. Until next time.
I'm still in love with you. So I sing you to sleep. After the loving I brush back the hair from your eyes, and the love on your face is so real that it makes me wanna cry. And I know that my soul isn't saying anything new. Oh, but after the loving, I'm still in love with you. After the loving, I'm still in love with you. After the loving, I'm still in love with you.
You know, you don't mind me saying, I don't know, you have a slight accent, which is...
That's beautiful.
Son of bitch, shit.
Son of bitch,